Welcome to the True Mark. Uh, what we were talking about?
Freedom?
Freedom. Yeah, right. Freedom. What do we call freedom? What do you think freedom is?
Freedom is like having the ability to make your own choices, living the way you want to live. I guess is freedom. I don't know
But
exactly.
like freedom is like a clean freedom or a freedom that you can do bad things and good things.
Yeah, freedom is definitely doing bad things and good things because it's all up to you. Freedom is
That's where God
having
gives
the
us,
ability to make your own decisions,
yeah,
basically.
they give us that free will, right? And that free will is a strong point. It came from day one, right?
Yeah.
You know, but the abilities to have the freedom of good choices by, like we were talking about earlier, like having the keys to heaven, for an example, by having something that you're accessible to gives you that abilities to really understand your spirit, that you have it every day, not just parts every day.
Yeah.
But when you're living by the keys, like the way it is, like to feed the spirit, I find it more that I have that spirit within me all the time. So it gives you the abilities to really look around and any struggling day you have, you could get out of that struggle. Why? Because you have that spirit within you. So you got the abilities to get out of that
Yeah.
freedom. But if you don't have that, if you don't have that, you only go, like I said earlier, you go in and out a little bit here and there. You go to church, somebody talks about something, gives you an inspirement. So your spirit gets a jolt. Okay. You talk to a friend, they tell you a story about their day, and that gives you another jolt.
Yeah.
You get little jolts by living by the keys. You got that jolt consistently, and that means like you have that freedom to get out of anything, any
Yeah.
abilities, because you get to look for it. And
Exactly. Your eyes are more open to everything.
yeah, your heart, your eyes, your abilities become stronger, and even when you're tired, the only reason why you get tired is because our minds exhaust us. Even today when I was doing this business deal, it drained me because I had to use my mind. I rather use my spirit. But again, I got myself out of it because of the spirit and
Mm-hmm.
because the way I live by the keys to heaven,
Yeah.
and by living by them gives me that ability every day, pretty much every second of the day,
Yeah.
or
24.
whenever, like 24 hours a day. Because anytime you're in struggles, I have that abilities to get out because I have that spirit within me alive, and I get to look.
And it guides you.
It guides me out of it, but more so, it gives me that freedom. The freedom of understanding your situation that you're in and where we're going. But before, when I was always in trouble, or not even just in trouble, just doing my everyday job, I was struggling all the time. And it's because I was using my mind, and I was didn't have that abilities to look outside of this situations I was in, till I learned by the keys to heaven and learned how to feed my spirit strongly, and it gives me the ability, it's like again, the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I get to live my life more open.
And like, what was I gonna say? Like when you have anxiety, you use your mind. Like, you know? So like when you're overthinking something, that wouldn't happen if you're not constantly using your mind. You would think more clearly. You wouldn't have that kind of anxiety because you're not overthinking or like trying to be more aware.
Yeah, you got to give your spirit the chance to lead you,
Mm-hmm.
instead of dwelling on what's wrong and
Mm-hmm.
what's going on in your life. Because that's like you said, it's our minds that make us dwell and persist on overthinking, like you said. But by having that ability to have that spirit within us, we get to look outside of that area to get out of that mental state.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have that abilities, like I said before, like if you don't have something to guide you out daily, you're not gonna.
That's why you feel stuck most of the time.
Yeah, but I truly believe in the keys to heaven that changed my life and it opened my spirit strongly and gave me the freedom to get out of basically anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I don't know, like I mean, if anybody out there is struggling and stuff, there is a way out. And if you you could go to our channel and what do you call that, Aiden? For our PlayStation or
There's a playlist.
playlist, and if you hit the playlist, it'll take you to how to live by the keys to heaven, and it's myself reading it, and it's one to seven and 7 to 14 and 14 to 21, and an ongoing. But I mean, it may sound stupid, but I mean, it does feed the spirit if you let it, and it means again, it's free will. You could do it or you don't have to do it. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
lost out there and you're struggling with your everyday thing and you don't have that abilities to have that spirit enlightened and open up to you, this is a way in, and it does feed the spirit. And when you believe in it and let it lead you, it will lead you out of any problem that you have. And
Yeah.
and your life becomes better 100%. But you got to give it that chance. And again, it's free will. Like I mean, free will means like you could have that, live in that turmoil, being angry, lost, and
Exactly.
lonely,
Yeah.
lonely, hungry for something, and it's that missing key, that's missing that spirit lifted thing, and then we all miss it if we don't have a connection to it. And then we
Mm-hmm.
long for something. Some people fall into money. Some people fall into different
Addictions.
habits, addictions, whatever. Like I mean, but it's the longing of the spirit. And again, like you go back to the Bible, back in the day of Adam and Eve, everything's been done for a reason, and that's to lead us to the spirit within us. And if you don't have something that's gonna enlight it and lift it, like I mean, then you're still in the same rut. But if you give
Mm-hmm.
this the keys to heaven a chance, it could inlift you and take you out of that rut. And
Definitely.
but I mean, it's free, but not free. You have to listen to the videos or read the chapters of the day to enlighten your spirit.
Yeah.
It's a system. It's a way to live your life, to go into a deeper channeling of the spirit.
Yeah.
So
And you have to like dedicate one day, like one day. I mean, 1 hour a day, basically. Not even an hour, but you just
yeah,
have to
but
dedicate that
once you
time.
do it, it becomes part of it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
if something's gonna free you, is that hour or 45 minutes? Ain't it worth it?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying like you have to do it with our thing, but I mean it's the easiest way to listen to a video, or if you're a good reader, or just go to your Bible, check it out. It does
Yeah.
work, and you could do it out of your Bible. I can't say for certain because I never read your Bible, but I know that NLT Bible is for certain because these ones were made from the NLT. But
Yeah.
anyways, like again, and like that 100% in that circle means when you live by the keys the way they're designed, you become that 100%er. And in the eyes of God, He knows your heart. He knows what's going on within you, and He knows your longing. He knows your loneliness. He knows that. But I mean, He also knows if you're trying to scam, con,
Yeah.
and you know, belittle Him. So He'll keep you a distance. But I mean, everybody has the abilities to have that spirit within you. We all have it. It's how do you wake it up, and how do you
Mm-hmm.
become alive within yourself. You know,
Yeah.
the keys
Exactly.
to heaven is a good standing point. But I mean, there's a lot of religious people out there are living good, doing good, and keep doing it. But I mean, this is for like people that are really lost, and
Don't want
you
to read
know,
the Bible.
Well,
too
it's a
complicated.
Bible could be a complicated
Mhm.
place to go into, and you just need to feed the spirit, and that's the most important thing. And after your spirit's fed, and if you're led into further into the Bible, by all means, go ahead. Or if you're led in to go into check different churches out and all that, go ahead. But like it states in there, really question where you are, question where you're at, and if you have the spirit within you, your eyes will become open. Everything will become open, and like I said before, you'll get out of any rut you're in
Mhm.
because of the spirit that's within you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. Freedom is it's real. It
Mhm.
really is. If you have the abilities to see where
Make
you
your own
are,
choices. Yeah.
well, you have better choices.
No, but I mean, like, if you were talking about freedom in general, like, you make your own choices, good or bad.
Well, yeah, because that's free will, and it comes from day one. But that free will, if your spirit's fed, you're gonna pick the best ways to get out. And if you really are struggling and if you're having really bad days, maybe that bad day is because the spirit's telling you or God's telling you he doesn't want you to do that no more.
Exactly. Yeah.
He wants you to change. So look elsewhere. But if you can't look because your spirit's so weak, well, feed that spirit and look at the better road to go.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like myself, like I said today, like I got mentally drained from some business I did, and I'm exhausted even right now. But my spirit is still leading me out, and my spirit, mends what I drained because I have that spirit and I'm
Yeah.
aware to look outside of the areas I'm living. All right.
Mhm.
The next time.